Hello everyone, this is Tinuke Fawole. It's been a minute, but I'm glad that I'm back. So we're concluding on the series that we started, Passing Faith to the Next Generation. So we're doing tip number 5. So if you have not watched the first 4, please go back and do so. Today we're talking about, what if I've done all I could, but yet my child is not in the faith? So I'd like to share 2 examples with you. So Adam and Eve were raised by our Father God himself. They were raised by God. God was their parent and he gave them instructions and they chose to disobey. So that lets us know that it's possible to do our best and we still have children who go their own way because they are humans, they are not robots, and they really make their own choices just as we do. And the second example is the prodigal son. Remember, the father raised 2 sons. One remained home, even though he wasn't perfect by any means. We could talk about him, but not today. But at least only one went out and squandered his father's goods and everything. So those 2 children were raised in the same home, but they made 2 different choices. So that happens. So I want to start by talking about 3 things that I think make children depart from the faith or not have faith at all. The first thing is if they don't have any foundational roots. Maybe they grew up in a home where maybe the parents also were not in the faith. And so you cannot give what you don't have. And so the parents did not share anything with them. Or as parents, maybe you just concentrated on yourself and didn't really take steps to make sure that your child will remain in the faith. Maybe you didn't do the first 4 tips that we talked about. You might find yourself in that situation or your child. The second thing is challenges of life. You know, we all face challenges. It happens to adults. It happens to young people and children. Some life-changing event, maybe the loss of a loved one, and you prayed about it and you feel that God didn't answer. If God is good, why did he let my mom die? Why did something bad happen to me? And all of that. So challenges of life, even with someone who had faith before, challenges of life have the potential of, making people not believe anymore. And the third thing is influence of others. So maybe it's a book that your child read, or maybe a college professor that they really trusted that told them things about God that didn't make sense, or convinced them that there was no God, or just so many influences, acquaintances and stuff like that. Things happen in life that take away the faith that even our children have. So what can we do? So number 1 is not to blame yourself. Even if you thought you did anything bad, you just ask for forgiveness and forgive yourself. You don't need to beat yourself up over that. The second thing is to pray for our children. And I know this sounds like a cliche. Well, everybody prays. Well, we need to pray with intention and we need to pray with expectation. We can also glean from the father of the prodigal son. I'm sure he prayed and was expecting his prayers to be answered, because when his son showed up, he didn't show any surprise at all. He was just happy. It's like, I've been waiting for you to come back home. So he was praying and he believed and had expectation that his son will come back. And that is the kind of prayer that we need to pray. And the third thing is to continue to show our children unconditional love. Even when they make the wrong choices, whatever they do that is against what we have taught them, we continue to love them unconditionally. We continue to show them our unwavering support. We continue to show compassion to them. We continue to guide them, even in the face of their mistakes and poor decisions. So some practical ways that we can show unconditional love. Number 1, being present physically and emotionally for our children. Not withdrawing love from them, not abandoning them because of what they have done, but still present with them, still being in their lives, even though they have caused us pain or disappointment. Number 2 is loving them in spite of their mistakes, and it's the same thing, and actually communicating that to them, that I love you still. My love for you has not diminished. And we show them by our actions that even though they have made mistakes, we still love them. Listen to them without judging them, because they also have their perspective. Listen and see what their perspectives may be. Set clear boundaries with compassion. You still hold them accountable for what they do in a loving and respectful way. And I think my next video is about how can we set these boundaries, because a lot of parents have questions about that. How do I set these boundaries? Let's continue to offer them our forgiveness. When they are remorseful and they ask for forgiveness, forgive them, continue to encourage them. And finally, be patient. Growth takes time. Change takes time. So we need to continue to be patient with them, even as they come back to the faith prayerfully. So thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. God bless. Bye-bye.